welcome to Trixie Pixie's workshop. Today we are going to be working on some cosplay. One of my favorite movies ever is by a director named Kevin Smith, and it is Dogma. For the longest time, we could not watch Dogma on any streaming services because the rights were held in some type of limbo. But now, magically, the universe has opened up for us, and Dogma is going to be playing in the theaters shortly. I have tickets, so I would like to cosplay as Alanis Morissette in her Silver God costume. If you're not familiar with it, it looks like this. She cute. She cute. Okay, so temporarily I have changed my Sad Elsa to my Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith autograph from MegaCon. So first let's look at what this costume entails. We've got a poofy skirt. We have a silver jacket, and we have a silver corset with like this strange bubble neck top thing. Now we're not going to touch that for a second. We're going to see what these look like, okay? I'm not mad at this. This is a good base. This is a good base. In the movie, Alanis' skirt is a little lacier. It has some like ribbons. We might be able to work that in toward the end. The jacket technically has a double lapel. We will see how that works once we have that vest turned into the laced up front. And we might be able to add the same material that we added on top for a double lapel. Now that we have a good base going, it's time to look at what I purchased to attempt this corset. Now, I'm not a corset maker. I don't do that. I am a novice at everything. I know a little bit about a lot of stuff. So what I thought I would do is use this vest as a base. Now, I ordered it a little big for me so that we can open this up, fold it under, add some grommets so we can sew the top. This top actually looks like it would be really easy to add the silver material to. So I'm not incredibly worried about it, but let's see what that silver fabric actually came in as, because you have no clue online. Oh, it's a little off, but you know what? That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Let's see. You guys can see this. This is a little bluer. The vest is a little bluer. The satin is a little more silver. We can work with this, absolutely. And at the end, if we have enough, we may be able to put a lapel on this jacket. And I think that might blend it all together a little bit better as well. So let's get started on the vest. We're going to start by turning the vest inside out. We're going to start with the side with the button holes. Okay, we're going to flip that over. And you want to give this roughly like 1/3 of an inch starting from that center. Okay. And yes, that was a ruler on my finger. I was a barber for a decade. So you would be absolutely amazed at the amount of men that come in, ask for 1 inch off the top, and I'm like, sir, that's all of your hair. This is how big 1 inch is. Anyway, so we want to pin that one down. Again, about 1/3 of an inch from the edge. And what that is going to do is give us space to run a line down here, a seam. So you're going to go down the line and kind of make sure that not only is this straight, because it's a little more important that it's nice and even and straight than it is that these are the exact measurements away from the edge. But you still want to go down and make sure that you have enough space to throw that seam in. So I am not a trained, obviously, seamstress. when I was, I don't know, like 11 or 12, my aunt had a pair of shorts that I loved, and I wanted her to buy me a pair, and she couldn't, and she was like, here, why don't you take it, use it as a pattern, and make your own shorts just like these. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I did it. I drew out my own pattern. I laid out her shorts and kind of looked at them and where they were supposed to be and all that kind of good hoopla. And yeah, I just did it. And then I would see things I like. I would work it out in my brain. I'm like, I think if I sewed it this way, it would fall this way. And I have been pretty doggone lucky that most of my projects have worked out. Like we're gonna chalk it up to a lot of luck and not the most skill in the world, okay? All right. That looks nice. The second part is going to be removing these buttons. Okay? Now this should be fairly easy. These buttons are held together with small pieces of thread just like that. So you can literally put your scissors in between them without fear of cutting the fabric. And this should pull out without much help. Aha, we've got a knot here in the back. There we go. And that leaves it, you know, you've got a little mark there, but we're going to be folding that over anyway. So you're going to do that to the remaining buttons. Now that this side looks nice, we need to make the other one match. Now I'm not going to measure anything here because the way a vest overlaps the buttonholes with the buttons, you're not going to have the exact same amount of overlap on each side of that. So instead, what we're going to do is make the tip of this silver match the tip of that silver. So when you put it together, it looks like it was made to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my handy dandy measuring board here. We're going to put that guy there. We're going to put this guy here. And we're going to fold so that the two golden silver pieces come together like this. So now we need to take our pins and just mark right here, right at that perfect edge. And we're going to come up here to the top and do the same. Now you want to make sure that when you're measuring this out too, that you put the top of the vest where it meets the back end on your measuring board. My fingers are not quite wide enough. There we go. So that the fabric comes together like this. And we're going to fold it to about here. That looks right. Let's bunch that right together. And as you can see, the silver tips touch. We are going to pin this right where it needs to be. Okay, now we can lay this out tip to tip. And it's still looking real nice, y'all. So now you pretty much have your fabric already laid out for you where it needs to sit. And again, I would go to the middle, start here, pinning this, and go in one direction or the other. I'm definitely going to add some boning to this. I need there to be some type of structure so that when we put these eyelets, and they're not grommets, I've been calling them grommets this whole time. They're eyelets, okay? When we put the eyelets in and it pulls, it needs something, some type of structure to pull against. So we are going to say goodbye for this video. I'm going to take out the handy dandy notebook, figure it out, and I'll see you guys soon. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that all good things are coming to you.